Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Aki, and today we're bringing you guys the next day of IVL, day 5 IVL. Today we are going to have Wolves versus GG facing off each other in a grand showdown. GG having some of my favorite hunters of all time. Zom, love watching Zom. And of course, we're going to see them against Wolves, which yesterday Wolves Survivors performed extremely well. To give you guys an idea, right now, Wolves is 5th in the ranking, so this is like a ranking between all the teams, all of them eventually facing off each other. Right now, Wolves is 5th place in the ranking, and GG 9th place in the ranking, so not doing as well as Wolves. Looking to get this win here, going to be very important, very key for them if they can get this win. But Wolves could potentially launch themselves closer to that first place if they can get that win in today's game. So we will see how that goes for tonight. We are going to have them face up against each other, see how they do. We've already seen GG Survivors right here. GG going off against the Wolves Hunter right now, which we're going to see shortly in a bit. For now, they're just showing the coach. This is the GG coach, for those who aren't aware. Even this game, people still got coaches, bro. And right here, we see Wolves Ongso, which we saw Wolves Ongso yesterday. If that even is how you pronounce his name. I think we saw him. I think he did, in fact, play Peddler yesterday. I can't remember if it was Wolves or the other matchup that we played, but he did a pretty nice job. He did a pretty nice job securing the win for his team last night. Albeit it was a little bit close, but Wolves did in the end win. And, yeah. We'll see how things go today. Welcome in everyone on the live chat. Welcome in everybody. And we got Wolves crazy. He's crazy. Give me 1 second, everybody. Give me 1 minute. Alright, and it looks like we're going to be heading into the first half of round 1 band selection phase. Puppeteer Enchantress are going to be his first 2 bans. Real familiar. I think he banned Enchantress also yesterday as one of his first few. It's a good man. It's a good counter to Go Man. Enchantress, that is. And we're going to see Archer Gravekeeper. First 2 picks. Interesting. Interesting move from GG. I don't think I've seen the Archer this early used round 1. And of course they do have the Magician as well, who is going to be great against Goman. Archer also going to be great against Goman, just a great harasser. Also going to work great against Opera. And we're going to also see Eversleeping round 1. We haven't been seeing a lot of round 1 Eversleeping. Almost makes me feel like we may not see Queen Bee here round 1. Because I've been noticing everyone picks Lakeside and then they chase Shack on Lakeside. So I wonder if they'll still go Queen Bee here. More likely than not, they are still going to go Queen Bee here. Airplanist. Round 1, nice. Okay, interesting. Maybe we'll see GG play Patient, and they just want to use Airplanist while Goman is up. I'm very interested to see if we will see that. Right here we got Puppeteer, Enchantress, Lanternist ban as well. Lanternist is just a very good survivor, and Meteorologist. These are all very good survivors. It's hard to say if there is necessarily any specific hunter nowadays, because there's so many good survivors that you just keep replacing in a row that just require immediate attention. Like we're talking stuff like Matador, Lanternist, Meteorologists. These are just Cheerleader. Even we see sometimes ban. These are just such strong survivors. They're just overall good survivors. It's really hard to say nowadays, okay, we'll see, it looks like this is specifically this hunter, because nowadays there's a lot of good options for survivors. And it is going to be Queen Bee today. We're going to see Queen Bee versus this team comp. Maybe the Airplanist might be a good chase target right here, but Gravekeeper is just going to be too difficult to consistently hit with the Queen Bee shots. We also have right here Archer, who Archer could be a good opportunity to chase, especially if you're out in the open and you're not that far from her. Then that could be a good opportunity to get a shot on her. try to hit over the walls, especially because Archer also relies on open line of sight for her to use her ability. So, you know, in the exact same moment, you could cancel the Archer shot and take her down and make it so that she cannot use her bow. In this case, we're going to see a more typical ever sleeping spawn back in the day, back when I remember this spawn used to be more popular. Archer's going to be spawning near graveyard, and Airplane's going to be spawning near graveyard as well. Just make sure that both of them are in safe positions to kite. I have a feeling that we might see borrow time on the Archer here then, if we're going to have her near graveyard. Since that is a very strong kiting area, if she gets chased, she should be able to manage. We will see here. No, she still has Sui. Okay. So, she'll be very good at harassing. And she'll be good bait for the first chase. It looks like most people here are actually not taking borrow time here. Just one person taking borrow time. They really just want to secure themselves a really strong first kite, just so they can get that guaranteed tie off, which is a good move from GG, I would say. Especially nowadays, with hunters committing so hard to the chase with their fast pallet breaking, it can be quite dangerous if you don't have a good kiting ability. And all of them have broken windows, so this is going to be quite good for GG here to take down this Queen Bee. At least do a good first early game kite. And if things line up their way, maybe they'll even get a win potential going around with this, with a good body block, or maybe an Archer shot with some support. You never know. So we'll see how this goes. Going into the first half of round one, we're going to see Queen Bee going straight for middle. This is a good move generally from hunters because it pushes all the hunters away from her. So everyone is forced to rotate. Oh, that being said, 3 ciphers started anyway. So I suppose we got a pretty good fortunate cipher layout where everyone could almost immediately get on a cipher. I also keep in mind, Magician's already getting chased. He's already communicating, hey, I'm getting chased. Everyone can get back on the ciphers, and they're just immediately on it. Now, Magician's over here using good work of these tall walls here. Queen Bee not getting a great accurate shot. Right here, I think he just put a illusion right here ahead of time. What a great snipe from Axel right here, shooting over the corner and barely hitting him. Wow, the absolute disrespect here of the stinger shot from Queen Bee is just so good. Wow, that actually dodged. Impressive work. Right here, does get hit by the stinger, but also does end up getting the pallet stun. That could have been a lot worse if he didn't get that pallet stun, because then imagine if he was stuck in this area. Now at least he gets a pallet boost out here. He's surviving bit by bit, trying to get away from the cipher. He needs to use an illusion here, I would say. Going to take advantage of a huge speed boost here. Unfortunately, the hunter went around. He's going to try to go back, but great shot from the Archer here. Double laceration value right here. First to stun, then to put the 50 with the crossbow. Right here, great work. Granted, that last one not so great, but the great work overall from the Magician right here, dodging all these shots. Keep in mind that those shots he was dodging right there earlier, trying to approach that pallet right here next to the gate. Man, that was really nice. Before he got the pallet stun, he barely dodged some of those shots. That hitbox can be very scary if you don't get that dodge off. So good work from the Magician right here by T-King right here. Good Kai. I'd say pretty good first Kai. This is a very good. They can definitely tie this. This is all they need right here. Good tie potential. No one's complaining. Not their survivor team, and definitely not their hunter. Right here, setting up the bees ahead of time so that he can constantly farm energy while the rescue is going on. But right here, Gravekeeper pushes away while he's trying to set that up, and just like that, he's forced to do the damage after the rescue, and just guarantees that there's going to be no such shenanigans on the rescue, trying to double hit the rescuer. Magician right here accepting his death. He's just going to go ahead and die as far away from the ciphers, A, and B, just save whatever resources he can. I guess he doesn't have any resources, but he will just die away from the ciphers right here and try to stall out for those ciphers right here. Can middle get popped right here by Gravekeeper? Yes, middle does just get done by Gravekeeper right there. He starts running away. Wolves Ansel here is going to try to see if they can get some sneaky cheeky bees right here and farm up some energy, but it looks like it's not going to happen. He can't find anyone hiding around the corner of these buildings. As for that though, someone else is already, I believe, going for the rescue. Gravekeeper taking over the rescuer cipher. This could be potential for a win here. Maybe if the Archer can sneak in. I hope this Magician is making his way to the Archer right now. That would be some great teamwork. He should. Okay, never mind. He's going to change his mind. It looks like they don't think they're going to be able to pop the cipher in time after all. because he's not going to go for the support from Archer. It looks like this. Oh no, she is here. Okay, so they must have swapped ciphers at some point. Really great flywheel. Tram almost screwing her up. No. So it looks like the rescuer quickly took over the cipher. That was very fast. She did get it, and they're just going to pop immediately because they don't have anything else to do. Unfortunately, Magician immediately going down. Great work from Ansel here, saving 100 energy, waiting for that double hit. With the double shots, no cooldown on those. And then, of course, Archer's now just going to immediately get chased. Quickly stopping any attempt right there at a rebound there. Archer forced to use the bullet here thanks to the full presence of the Queen Bee, but they're already working on the gate. Are we going to see a... I mean, we are going to see a trump card used, but not in the way I was thinking. He did not end up going for the gate. He's just going to take a super safe tie. What can I say? Magician did a really great kite, and it was really hard for these Hunter to do anything more than that. Survivors were playing with great rescues there, not allowing anything extra from the Hunter's position, and just securing that good first kite. That's what takes games over. Not the most impressive things in IVL typically, but these are the most consistent, the safest strats. These are what's going to give you the victory for your team, so that your Hunter, who has much stronger options than the Survivors do, is able to take advantage of a potential win opportunity here. So it is much more likely a Hunter can win than Survivors can win. All the Survivors really are looking for is just a really solid tie potential. Anyway, while we're waiting for the next matchup here, for the next half of the round, I'll say hello to all of you guys in the chat. Welcome in everybody who is just coming in right here. We got Alpha Creature. Man, Alpha Creature, go to sleep, man. you're still here. You're here every single time. What's up, Tay? We got Tay here. I got like 3 hours of sleep. Oh, God. 3 hours of time. So, okay, I see. Nice. Psyche stream announcement. Yes, that's actually why I'm coming on here. What does Sui mean? Sui just means that the Survivor has no borrow time. Now, that doesn't mean that you should start running no borrow time in your rank matches. They're running borrow time for a very specific reason. It's because these Hunters in high tier here in the tournaments, in the absolute highest level of the game, we're talking Goatman, Opera Singer, Shadow. These are some of the most used Hunters in tournaments, but the very least used ones in like lower tier and even higher tier rank on servers on the Asia and NAU servers, because you have 3 bans, so it's a lot less likely, or there's a lot less S tier Hunter options for Hunters in rank. But in tournaments, these Hunters are so strong that it is unlikely for you to be able to do a 3 cipher kite. That's how strong it is. It's almost impossible unless you have good teamwork. So to make up for that, Survivors don't run borrow time because they don't expect to anyway survive. Like, what's the point of running borrow time if you're not going to make it to the end game with the last cipher popping? If that's the case, then what you should be more concerned about is trying to get that good early game for your teammates. So just to really secure a tie, who cares that you don't have borrow time, because it was unlikely for you to survive to begin with. In this case, Magician had Broken Windows Tide Turner, but that's in preparation of in case someone else gets chased, right? But in case someone else gets chased, that person also has Broken Windows Flywheel. In the case that the Hunter dare chase the Harasser has tons of anti-chase. That she has Flywheel, she's got Broken Windows. She's going to be a very annoying chase target for the Hunter to chase first if she uses those abilities very well. Magician just ends up being the rescuer in this case, so he only had Broken Windows. But it's not like Flywheel is going to be really that great against Queen Bee anyway. So works out in the end. The whole idea is to just secure a very safe draw for your team, because in the end, in tournaments, you rely on your Hunter. It's not just you as a survivor, just like in rank. In rank, you are only relying on your team, right? You have your teammates, but there is no Hunter to save you like there is in tournaments. So whatever result you get, that's going to be how many rank points you get. And of course, you want to win in rank match, because tying doesn't give you a whole lot. It's also more realistic because of the fact that you can ban more of the S tier Hunters. We're talking Goatman, we're talking Opera, Shadow, Hula Blue, any of those you want, Queen Bee, even Qist. So some of those more annoying Hunters that get like guaranteed hits off whenever you vault or whenever you try to move across the map, like Goatman, just gets a guaranteed hit on you, and it's super annoying. We're gonna see the Wolves Hunter come in here. Thank you, Neff, for announcing the stream. Really appreciate it. You guys can check out my Discord server in the description if you guys ever want notifications for when I stream or when I post videos. Right here we see Wolves Tion right here playing for his team. It looks like he's the antiquarian aeroplanist player, or at the very least he enjoys playing those characters. That's usually what it's based off of. If what characters they enjoy playing, that's usually what it's based on. Yeah, so Sui builds, basically, like I was saying, no borrow time. These are bad in the end game, of course, because you have no way to pick yourself up after the hunter knocks you down. But they're good against hunters that you don't think you're going to 3 Cypher Kite anyway. If you're not going to 3 Cypher Kite them, that means you're going to die before the last Cypher pops. In this case, there was Archer to save the Magician's life. So technically, borrow time would have been better there. But hindsight 2020, you can't tell the future. The Magician didn't know that he was going to be the first chase target. So they played safe. They put no borrow time on all their survivors, so that no matter who gets chased, everyone is prepared. They're not going to have Magician with only Tie Turner and borrow time and then risk him going down very quickly. And then what's the point of having Tie Turner then if your teammate just goes down very quickly and then you guys end up losing the team because you wanted to have Magician have Tie Turner on your team? It's just, especially in the early rounds here of the tournaments, very risky to do something like that, because if they get chased and they die quickly, which very likely is going to more likely to be happening, it could cost your game. It could cost your game for sure, and you guys could end up with only 1 escape or 2 escape. Like right there, that is ideal. That technically, yes, Magician was dead immediately, but that's honestly ideal because the hunter is just forced to waste 10 seconds just cheering the Magician still. And 10 seconds is all you need sometimes with how fast the gates open, right? That's honestly, even though it is a little bit unfortunate that he just died immediately after the gates popped, that's honestly better than they were expecting, all things considered. Because at the end of the day, they were able to get value from the Magician still getting chaired. That still takes time on the hunters, and now they just get such a nice tie. If it weren't for that, they would have to do this corny game of trump card teleport, predicting when the hunter is going to get off, making sure they don't have too many people sitting on one gate. Otherwise, everyone's going to be getting chased at the same time, and you don't want that. You need someone to already be working on the next gate. And that's what Archer's job was. Archer was already there on the other side of the map at corner house, so that if the hunter teleports, well, they have someone to immediately do the gate. And so the 2 people waiting a gate, one will get chased, the other will go for the gate, right? The other gate that the Archer will do. That's the idea. Right, you want to split up your resources so that you don't have a good teleport target for the hunter. And the fact that Magician was still alive at that point meant that hunter has not a fun time endgame. Just too many animations to get through before they can even get a good teleport. But even if they do, not only might it be too late, which it wouldn't be. In that case, it wouldn't be. They know how long that takes that gate to open. But also, he has Archer right next to him. Like, why should he leave? It's probably going to be a tie either way. If he leaves, I suppose he could have trump card teleported there. Yeah, it probably still likely would have been a tie regardless. So the choice doesn't matter that much. And here we go. We're finally going to be going into Wolves surviving and GG hunting. So we just saw GG pull off a very safe survivor tie there. Very safe builds right there. Only a single borrow time usage there meant that as long as they get a really nice first kite, that's all they need. They don't need anyone else to run borrow time. They just need a really nice first kite. Of course, if you don't run borrow time on your build, it means that you kind of have to make sure your kite's good enough so that no one else starts getting chased. Because then if they start getting chased and they have no borrow time, now you guys are kind of really in trouble. Because now the one guy's already dead, another's already getting chased, no borrow time to help them. That can be really scary. The fact Magician was still alive there, Archer ensured that. Made it so much nicer to pop there. Anyway, we're going to look at the bans here. Mechanic, Archer. Very different. We're going to see a ban of the Archer. Archer absolutely saved the game last game. I have a feeling that GG Chow here, or Kiao, not sure how to pronounce the name, going against his own survivors here in practices, probably has an idea of how annoying that Archer is. So just going to go ahead and ban it just to eliminate any chance of support there, saving any teammates with no borrow time. We saw the Archer do that last game, and a critical role in that moment indeed. Puppeteer Meteorologist going to be very safe though. You know, you skip one survivor like last round. We saw the Hunters ban Puppeteer, and then in response we saw Archer. Now they're banning Mech Archer, and now this team goes Puppeteer in response. I mean, you can't ban everything. Meteorologist as well, First Officer, Antiquarian. Pretty safe overall survivor picks. Everyone here has pretty decent decoding. No one really has a decoding debuff except the first officer, who will also decode faster after just a single pocket watch use than a Gravekeeper. I don't remember what rescuer we had last game anymore. What rescuer did they use before? Did GG use before? I'm trying to remember. It was a mercenary, that's for sure. It wasn't Gravekeeper. Was it Gravekeeper? Oh, it was Gravekeeper. And first officer here is going to be, you can argue which one's better. Honestly, it's hard to say which one's better, because at the end of the day, Gravekeeper pushes the hunter away and guaranteed a rescue. First officer is really hard to find from, to kill from far if you do find him, unlike Gravekeeper. The Gravekeeper last game did such a good job sneaking up to the rescue that he didn't get found from far. So Gravekeeper in that situation was just better. Better at kiting abilities, better decode at the start of the game. First officer here is just more safe though. More safe here. Gonna make it so that you can use your pocket watch from far, and then you still have multiple pocket watch usages even after the rescue. At least one. Right here, we are going to see Queen Bee as expected. We are seeing a lot of Queen Bee right now in IVL. Like I said before, I'm very curious if IGL is also using Queen Bee a lot in round 1. I had Leo ask me, for those of you who know Ellie, YouTuber of I-95 in the NAU server. If you know him, he asked me, how is Queen Bee? And goddamn, guys, I don't think I've seen a single time where Queen Bee wasn't used round 1. So Queen Bee is definitely a very popular pick here. Should expect her a lot in tournaments. I think, like I said, with Queen Bee, the real powerhouse with Queen Bee is that full presence. It's not really the early game, although the early game is nice. It's that powerhouse with presence, and also if you ever vault against Queen Bee in front of her, and she has 100 energy, you just, boom, go down instantly just like that. Or not instantly, but you take 2 hits back to back. So if you're full health, you do go down instantly. Wolf's gonna go for this kind of spawn. I'm not a big fan of this spawn. Frankly, I prefer GG spawn, where they have like a more Tetris-like spawn, with the survivor spawning instead of on the left side of the map, more down the middle. At the bottom, I should say. Let's take a look at their builds here. We do have 1, 2, 3 borrowed times. Now, it's always important to keep in track of how many borrowed times their team runs, because this is a suggestion about how aggressive the survivors want to play. If you ever want to get an idea of how aggressive the survivors are playing for a win, this is how you can tell borrowed time. That means that they're confident that they can keep their survivors alive, at least 3 of them, into the end game scenario. That they're willing to sacrifice now running both tied and kiting, or double kiting, right? They're willing to sacrifice and go into the end game with that borrowed time, which just secures such a strong end game result for your team, as long as you can survive, that is. And so Wolves, very confident in that kiting, gonna go ahead and put triple borrowed time. Let's see how that works out for them. GG, gonna immediately go straight for, just to see if they can get any bees, not necessarily gonna chase him, that is. But yeah, this is why I don't like this spawn, because you can see it's a lot easier to push the survivors all around. Also, I feel like Wolf's Tian here is already in a very bad position. Granted, doesn't mean he can't survive, but this is an extremely great area to shoot over the walls. Also, not a whole lot to go to afterwards, so I'm a little bit worried for this Antiquarian's sake. She does get a pulse in there, but it costs damage, and now she's still dead in a single blink hit. We are going to see this Queen Bee run blink. I've been seeing, in my personal experience, 1v1ing a Queen Bee with warp, so interesting. Wow, what a great shot there. Good comeback with the stick to make up for it, but that doesn't mean, if it wasn't for that, she would have died right there. That stick saved her life. Again, using the stick to block the shot, but look at how fast Queen Bee. Wow, do you see the angle on those shots? Dude, GG is not to be messed with Queen Bee. That was a really difficult shot right there that he just landed at the window. I mean, all of those. Or besides the pulse, maybe was quite easy, but all those shots besides that were very difficult to hit there, especially the angular one, side by side to a window vault. Able to hit that, the fact he's able to hit that is huge. Ooh, a little bit dangerous of a position right here, very narrow area, could totally get hit right here, but he's going to end up going out in the open again. Does not get the hit there, very close. Ooh, almost hit the first officer, now he's going to hit him. Get the damage on him. And he's going to go right back for the Antiquarian. Each stick use can block a Queen Bee shot. Not going to need to use anything there. She just wasted it. Just threw it out in the open. Going to use the ability here. Misses, though. That was quite a bit of energy she spent right there. That was, I believe, 40. Ooh, and gonna miss the shot, but thankfully barely gets the hit over the pallet. That would have definitely bought quite a bit more time if she managed to get that vault off. And right here happens to be that the one person that the queen bee chased and got a good chase on is the guy with borrowed time. In this situation as a hunter, you much rather chase someone with borrowed time, because this borrowed time would then not come into play this game, because you would kill them, obviously, before the gates can pop. In this case, though, this is why... Oh my goodness, that was a little bit scary. Could have gotten run over by the tram. In this case, though, not getting your borrowed time target... Ooh, a little bit scary there. Not getting your borrowed time target chased right there. By the way, great rescue from the puppet right there. Only taking a single chip in, so it's going to leave this endgame quite a bit more open. The ciphers, though, are a little bit slow. We don't even have a last cipher going, so ciphers here have not been quite as good as they have been against a Wolves Hunter right here. GG. Able to have just be up in ciphers right here. Up a whole cipher, it seems like. Against GG survivors, this was not the case. Magician was already alive, and now we're going to see some teleport. It's going to slow down the cipher significantly. They're going to have to come back for later. Ooh, a little bit lucky that he missed that shot there. But still got away. The basement here blocking him is going to mean that he's not going to get a shot. And almost got hit through the pallet. A lot of close calls. So many close calls. She could have been dead here if you think about every single shots that happened. Right here, another shot, another shot. These are not working out so well, unfortunately. Maybe a little bit patience could be best here. But at the end of the day, he's kind of under time pressure here. And then the meteorologist, with her patience in return, throws off a cloud bottle. She's still got quite a bit more of that. Also, take a look at the survivor team. Look at their health states. Puppeteer just now took damage, but they did such a great job keeping up with their health, making sure that they are... Ooh, slow vault. That's going to significantly slow him down to the point where he's just going to stay here. Yeah, not too great of a pallet vault right there. Granted, it's not like he had pallet boost anywhere. So is he going to go on tram here? Looks like he's going to go on tram. There's nothing really to do here. And it's just going to give guaranteed kite time. You can see right here, the survivors are already starting on extra cipher, but it seems like there's no need for that. I don't think there's any way this puppeteer can live here. If the queen bee times her swing well, there's no way he can survive. And she did not. She messed it up by a mere half a second. That's going to be guaranteed 9 seconds kite time, and now he's going to go die in the corner. Granted, the devs did add this chair in the corner now, so it's not going to be as long of a chair. But in either case, this is just going to give more and more time for the team to get more and more decode off. Now 60%, 70%. Cypher fast rising. But another teleport stops it. And this is the difference with the GG survivors versus the Wolf survivors. GG has time to stop the Cypher so many more times and try to get an opportunity for a win potential here. And he's got a shot. He's definitely got a chance here. First officer just needs to stall out this pocket watch. Not be too greedy here. Take a step away from him so that he doesn't hit you with the last pocket watch. There you go. Gets it out. And now he can safely chase him without being fooled by the pocket watch's abilities. Now able to get that very nice clean shot there. Constantly keeping up the speed as well. Can't go for the pallet there. Shot blocking him off. And he goes down. Does at least get the hit recovery there, so that every single second is mattering here. But now we're going to see a basement. And that is not good. If this is his way to get the win, if this is how GG can get their win with their hunter, this is their way. This is their out. The teleports back to back. Man, if only the first officer had used his watch to just leave the area while he had a chance. Now it might come back to hit his survivors in the butt. This is going to be a very difficult rescue right here. No flywheel. Or she does have flywheel, actually. She does have flywheel. So maybe dodge a shot with flywheel right here. She kind of has to just to play safe. Yep, she does. Does he hit the chair? He does not hit the chair. Great move from GG. But, I mean, they do all have borrowed time. That borrowed time coming in clutch right here. Not a single person was a good target here for the end game. That borrowed time coming in clutch. So they were right. They made their predictions well. Ooh, first officer eating a nice hit there for GG. Can the anti-coring get away? It's going to be a guaranteed hit with the full presence. Full presence just applying that guaranteed hit. Taking away the bees right here to vault 10% quicker. Going to barely get a hit on him. Thankfully, the speed boost was enough. But teleport is up. This game is not over yet. This game is not over yet. Can Lemon go for a dungeon? It looks like the dungeon's right next to them. GG Chow here has to make a choice. Where's he going to go? I think the choice is a little bit clearer here. He's just going to teleport, and if he needs to go backwards with the bees, and he sees him. He sees them. But can he kill him? I don't think he can kill him. I think that might just be an escape. And yes, it is going to be an escape. A cheesy one at that, and they do secure the tie in response. That was a very roller coaster match right there. It's kind of crazy because right there they didn't have as clean of a start, and you were able to see the result of not having not anywhere close, but the result of being behind a Cypher. I wonder if we could go back to the survivor points at some point and see what was going on, their perspective, see what was going on with the decode, why was it so much slower. But unfortunately, we are not going to see that. Here on the tournament, we only mainly see the Hunter's perspective. But again, in that situation, the fact that they were down a whole Cypher almost costed them that game, almost made it a loss right there, because if that Meteorologist got stuffed there, that could have been a very different game. Right here, Wolves securing a draw here against GG, so it's going to be an even game here. Going to go into round 3 no matter what. I mean, great work on the Meteorologist their part, trying to get that rescue off, and she did end up getting it. Very good patience on her and on the staircase. Could have gone wrong in any moment. If only the first officer had died away from basement, would have made things a little bit simpler, a little bit safer, but nonetheless, it still works out in either case. So, now the question is, what now? We're going to see probably, maybe we'll see Lakeside here. Lakeside is a very popular pick, was a popular pick in KOA, still is a popular pick in IVL, so very curious if we will go ahead and see that. In the meantime, though, we're going to wait for the next match to start. And we do have the stats up. So right here, you can see here that there was such a huge gap between the 4th and 5th Cypher. Why? Because Hunter had time to teleport on those Cyphers and stop them and stall them out. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Ray, for watching me. Appreciate the DM. Thank you so much. And all the other rest of you guys also watching, really appreciate you guys watching this. I'm hoping we can eventually get more people here in the future. For now, starting off small, this is not something I've done before on the channel, so I'm hoping you guys enjoy the English commentary. We don't have any English commentary, so I'm the only one, at least on YouTube for now. Wolves going 2-2 against GG. You could see here they didn't do an extra Cypher at any point, but it was slow. Their decode was slow, and that almost, you know, it was okay. It was fine. Puppeteer did a good job, but I will say what almost ended up costing them was the basement. So I mean, they played very well. Meteorologist had some close calls there, though. Puppeteer also had, maybe you could argue, some close calls there. I mean, I think he had a much safer position, though. The tram definitely helped him out a lot. And then the Hunter messing up there. The problem, though, is that even though it worked out here, I think you guys get the idea. You can see the opportunities the Hunter had. There were a lot of times that could have been a win for the Hunter because they didn't have their last Cypher ready. That was, at any point, could have been a win for the Hunter, and they would have been up game 1, and they could have then won game 2. I would have been very excited, man, to see if we could see someone close this out in 2 rounds. Not only so that I can leave earlier and slowly close my eyes, because I looked in the sun out by accident today and now my eye really hurts. So I'd like to finish this as soon as possible. But also because I haven't seen a round 2 close out yet. It's always so interesting. Oops, I had the camera on the wrong screen. But look at that. What a great shot right there from Angsel around the corner. We are seeing like so many sneaky spots for Queen Bee to work. I think the thing about Queen Bee no one expected when she first came out, and I certainly wasn't expecting, is just the sheer amount of versatility. It makes me want to play Queen Bee. Like, I have been playing Queen Bee and seeing how creative you can get with the bullets here. Obviously hitting over the pallets, but like right there. Isn't that so cool? Don't you want to go do that? Don't you want to play IRE5 and go do that? I mean, I play IRE5 every single day, bro. So maybe that's just a me thing. But it's satisfying. It's so nice to see the Hunters using like a Queen Bee. I was not expecting Queen Bee to be this popular, and there's so much you can do with her in terms of the shots. So much versatility you can pull off. So good stuff. Good stuff from both sides right there. I just realized now, since I Google translated my page, we can actually read what the chat is saying now. I really want to see what they're saying. I want to zoom out a little bit. Let's see what they're saying. Translations have never been good from Chinese to English because they're such different languages. But let's see. Everyone here in the chat is saying battle situation. Battle situation, battle situation. I don't know what battle situation mean. Other people are saying schedule. So maybe battle schedule. Both were draws. Battle situation. Everyone is saying battle situation. Jesus. What is the situation? What is the situation? Why are we talking about battles? Good times. The names are so funny too. Born with a Downy Destiny. Zen is Strange. Driftwood in Naruto mobile game. And then there's like this one guy who's just Tian. And just finally someone has a normal name. I guess no one has a normal name online, to be fair. We got Billy 3317499017. I don't know if that's like a just a filler name for a guest. Snowflakes emerge carrying a sense of bewilderment as they... Man, what is going on here? It's like Chinese. The whole language of Chinese, or Mandarin, I should say technically, but whatever. Mandarin's like... it seems like the whole language just loves to speak in poems. Is it just me, or is it just because of the translation? Like, if I study Chinese, would everything sound like a poem to me if I try to translate it in English, even if it wasn't by a crappy translator? I wonder. Like, everyone is saying battle situation. It also shows when someone here wrote the orange juice is very juicy. Like, what the hell? Orange juice is very juicy. Also, we're going to be taking a look at the hunter bands now. Or not the hunter bands, the map bands. Let me get the page in display again. Right here. GG. Picked their map last round. So now they're going to ban Moonlit. Ever Sleeping is banned because they already picked it. You cannot repeat maps. And Wolves is in response going to go Leo's Memory. We might see Opera Singer here. Wolves, I think we did see Wolves pull out the Opera Singer in the past with their Hunter. Also, Opera Singer is just such a strong Hunter on Leo's Memory because there's so many trees and so much garbage to dash on and catch up to the survivors. So, curious to see what we'll see here. In the meantime, though, just waiting for the round to start. And we'll see how things go for them. It looks like we're already actually starting the round. Okay, so as soon as they pick the maps, they're already starting the rounds. Interesting, interesting. We might have to wait a little bit yet. They're still setting up the players. Tofu is here. Welcome, Tofu Dolly. We have a couple more people here today, a little bit earlier in the stream. 35 watching, and I thank you guys all so much for watching. Maybe we'll get some more later on. It's a little bit of a shame because I'm not going to be able to stream as long today because my eye is just so... I think I actually looked in the sun when it was setting and it was just so bad. And now my eye feels very strained right now. So we're not going to do double matchups, unfortunately. I'm not going to be able to commentate TE versus Weibo for you guys because I do want to sleep and make sure that I'm not going to strain my eye any more than we need to. But I'll still do one matchup for you guys since it's just 2 hours. 3 a.m. is usually a time that I'm up at. Granted, I was taking a nap for 2 hours before the stream even started, so maybe I should be going to sleep earlier anyway. Hi, I clipped for the DM thumbnail. It looks so beautiful, bro. Thank you so much. It actually was not made by me or anyone that I know. That was made by, if I could take a look here, give me 1 second. It doesn't, they're not really picking anything anyway. That was made by Mearshroom. So that was if you're wondering where I find these on, oops, right, I can't click away on Discord. Okay. But yeah, I find these on what's it called? On Pinterest. You just search up any character, any thumbnail, or not thumbnail, but any character, and then I make a thumbnail out of that. And so I really like that one. That one was really beautiful. Love it. Really nice. It was DM, right? It was a DM or was it? Yes, it was DM. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was Moonlit Gentleman or DM. Both fan favorite skins, of course. And how can I say no to those skins? They are very... You know, I kind of regret it because a long time ago someone asked me would they be okay if they send me the package, right? And I said no. I said no, don't send me, don't waste your $300. And I was like a huge diehard fan of mine. I feel so bad. Like, was it actually worse to say no? Because it didn't seem like the money was the issue now that I think about it. Maybe I made a little bit of mistake there. Also, DM is such a sick skin. Granted, I never play Photographer, but maybe we would play Photographer more on the channel maybe. When I play rank sessions and after the rank session ends. Maybe we would play more if I had got in DM, man. Should I? I'm thinking back that maybe I should have, because man, the thing is, I'm not even that interested in the DM skin, to be honest. The DM skin is like one thing, but I think the package, right, would be so cool. Like, eventually I will move on from I-95, and having all those like little trinkets that they show in the box, it's more than just the skin, you know. At first I was more interested in the skin, but like as a YouTuber, you know, especially while you're still playing I-95, it's really nice to like show that you have this I-95 merch, you know, and just get the vibe going. I need to find a better spot for this, bro. For the disclaimer, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Am I just gonna leave it here? I guess we'll leave it here, because if I put it in the total top left, then it actually blocks the hunter's traits. But if I put it down there, it also still blocks the bands. So I think we'll just put it right there for now. This is like a work in progress thing anyway over time. So, speaking of the matches, we need to go back to the matchup here. We're going to see Seer Doctor banned round 1. For those that don't know, Doctor's absolutely insane. Very strong survivor. They banned Qist. Okay, so that explains the Enchantress. For those who are wondering, Enchantress is not a great survivor, but she's extremely good against Gomel, one of the best. And in response, we're going to see Opera Singer. Enchantress is not going to be as good against Opera Singer, so a great counter pick from GG Yum right here. It looks like they swapped their hunter out. Yum now subbing in for the second round. Archer, also a great ban here. And Lucky Guy is just an annoying overall survivor, like, who just, no matter what hunter you play, he's gonna pull an ability that is just annoying for you to deal with. In which case, in his case, that would have been the Pocket Watch. That would be an extremely annoying ability for Opera Singer to deal with. So I think a smart move there, although a little bit more controversial here in the server to ban something like Lucky Guy. It makes sense in this case because it's just such a guaranteed free. Alright, thank you so much, but I gotta lock it on my stream too, bro. Enchantress looks like she's most likely going to be the first chase target here. Matador, as you guys all know, needs no explanation. One of the strongest survivors right now. You chase him, he uses 2 abilities. He uses his secondary ability on the pallet. You put him on chair, tie turners happen, and they purposely tell your Matador, hey, don't use your abilities because we're going to rescue you again. And by the time they rescue him again, he now has his 2 abilities back and then another 2. Like, it's crazy how well Matador can rebound. It's very good. And he's going to be running Tie Turner here as well. Broken Windows. Looks like, let's see how safe they're playing. So Wolves is going to play more on the safe side here. It makes sense. Enchantress is a little bit more of a riskier survivor. So they're going to have Tie Turner, triple Tie Turner here. So that no matter who gets chased, they have the guaranteed kite time. Looks like they're just going to go here for Tie Turners and try to get a nice tie here off with Tie Turners. I mean, maybe they can get a winning kite off, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. So very curious if they can get a 3-star kite here. A little bit harder to do when you have Enchantress as most likely your first chase. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, let's move on to the match and let's see how it goes for Wolves survivors. Definitely playing a bit more, a little bit safer here with double no borrow time here to just guarantee that they can get first chases here that are going to be a little bit safer. Enchantress immediately going to take the first chase here. Also, very unlucky that basement didn't spawn here because now this is going to be a place that Opera Singer can constantly dash to. Going to immediately put this Enchantress in a bad place here. She's forced to use the first stack here. Needs to drop this pallet, but it was almost a hit. Whew, that was a little bit close. Enchantress touching the server there to teleport herself closer to the window. And then right here, forcing her to vault. Thankfully, she already got the dash out, the jump out right there so that she doesn't have to worry about it. But now caught herself in a very bad pallet right here. She needs to survive her as long as possible. The Broken Widows is definitely going to help quite a bit. She's just going to save her flywheel here. Granted, flywheel's not even up yet. So just going to save her flywheel right here. And going to use this guaranteed good kiting area. And he just messed up his dash. That is a lot of free kite time now. Opera Singer forced to just wait here. Not a whole lot she can do, but keep this Enchantress in this area, making sure she doesn't go anywhere. Going to dash double time here. Once on the tree, then on the wall. Right here. Constantly using these walls to her advantage. With the Enchantress, great triple stack there. Press the button. What can I say? And the Opera Singer just messed up another dash. That's going to stop her from immediately knocking down this Enchantress. Enchantress taking the opportunity to keep running, making sure she doesn't get a blink off. Ooh, but she does end up saving the blink. What a great read from GGM there. GG there. That was a complete prediction, by the way. There was no sign of flywheel there. She already saw the broken windows trait, so she was predicting a flywheel. GG Yum right there, reading them like a book, waiting out that flywheel. That could have been the difference maker. Well, he had the blink out no matter what. But now it saves the blink. Now he can use the blink on the rescue, and this is not looking so safe. He needs to make this rescue as soon as he can. There's a big wall in the way, and he's gonna... Oh, I thought that was a chair hit. Okay, but he still looks like gonna double hit the rescuer here, so not a great result here. You don't really want your rescuer getting double hit because this is gonna make it so much easier to snowball as the hunter. A, because you can't heal the Matador during this time because he's busy trying to pick himself up, and B, he can't decode or runs his teammates for healing support. Does end up using the 1000 presence here so his stun doesn't get canceled, and how is that a hit? That was a devious hit from the opera singer right there. The Enchantress barely getting hit right there. I wonder if she's running defense mechanism. Defense mechanism might have saved her life right there. But in either case, right here, Will's Matador spending time healing himself. The Tide Turner not really doing that much here because she ends up going down right after Tide Turner, so not much of a rebound. Gravekeeper right here forced to immediately rescue or forced to immediately use a shovel. Got hit through the pallet. That's huge. He's forced to do an immediate rescue. She's not even going to go for the double hit, though, on the Gravekeeper, even though he just used a shovel. Or no, it looks like he hadn't. No, I think he could have. I think he could have if he wanted to, but he's just going to go after the Enchantress here immediately. Get this guaranteed knockdown here. I think she is going to vault this window here. Yep. So that now the Opera Singer is forced to chair away from her teammates, because if she didn't vault this window, then the Enchantress would be getting chaired in the middle of the map. Vaulting this window means you're getting chaired away from the middle of the map, which is just going to make it that much easier for your survivors to split apart, get off the ciphers here, and heal up. They need to spend time healing up at some point. Matador did heal up, but that's what I'm talking about. That double down, forcing him to heal late to the point that they don't even have a last cipher started. You guys see the ripples up that double down, and right as I say that, the ripples are instantly gone because the hunter missed their dash, and this is gonna cost a lot of time. They're moving very slowly, and it's a Gravekeeper here. That is not a good look for the Opera Singer. So now this Gravekeeper basically gets free kite time, not just from the shovel, but also from the pallets. Gonna miss the dash there. We've seen several dash misses now. Now this Gravekeeper is just gonna live way longer for literally no reason. Tick tock, those ciphers are going down, and you need to move. You need to move. You can't be spending time trying to do nothing right here as the Opera Singer because your ability's on cooldown. He might just not even chair him. Let's see. No, the survivors got off. Is he gonna drop here to teleport now? No, still doesn't. He's just going to chair it and then teleport. I suppose makes sense at this point. No, is he? There we go. Read him like a book. I hope the survivors were expecting the same. Oh, but the airplane immediately takes a hit. Slow reaction time. He didn't even make it to the pallet. He didn't even make it to the pallet on time to drop it earlier. He's just going to immediately have to use his jetpack. This is not a good matchup as airplanist, but at least he did good getting to a pallet. But now what? I mean, she did use her shadow clone, at least her shadow dance. And now the airplane is just playing mind games with this pallet. Going to survive a little bit. Wow! What a clean vault there. The Opera Singer just barely messing up there. Her small hitbox costing her. We're seeing a lot of mistakes this game from the Opera Singer that are just giving so much decode time for the survivor. And how is that a stun? That was a crazy stun. That was somehow in the pallet. Look at how much time he's stalling. And this is kind of the thing with Opera Singer, dude. I mean, you have that guaranteed distance, that guaranteed kite, or that guaranteed catch-up ability, but then as soon as they reach any pallet, any window, or not any window, but any pallet, it's just a chance for a pallet stun. You never know what's going to happen. They did not manage to get the cipher done nearly, but that's okay because let's be honest here, guys. That was basically a fresh cipher that they now have more progress on than their original cipher, which is absolutely crazy. That was a beautiful kite from the aeroplanes right here, using his 2 jetpacks as efficiently as he can in a situation where he is up against the wall. His chances are up against him, and he still managed to pull off a pretty good kite. Matador needs to not get terror shocked here. Especially because he does not have borrowed time. He doesn't have borrowed time. So if he gets terror shocked here, he could be in a little bit of trouble. And by a little, I mean a lot. Right here, he's going to go for the guy with borrow time, which is going to be bad for Yum right here. Means that now he's just going to get a huge boost away from the exit gates. He does die very quickly, unfortunately, and they did start the gates, but now it's anyone's guess as to what this opera singer is going to do. Looks like the guy on the gate is just taking the risk. No, he got off. He got off, but in my opinion, got off a little bit late. Because now the hunter's going to immediately see where he is. I would have gone off maybe a little bit sooner there. But I suppose it's a 50-50 at the end of the day. You never know if she's going to immediately teleport or not. And right here, going to pay the price for doing that gate. No abilities to kite with. Playing aggressive on the gate is going to cost him. The thing is, on the one hand, he does have this chair. On the other hand, ooh, but the survivors are so far, and that's his Gravekeeper's second chair. I don't think they're going to make this rescue. He is most likely going to win this game. If he can actually find this third survivor, it looks like he has one. Does he dare chase him? It looks like he is starting to chase him, and he's betting that they're not going to make it. Wait, no, he changes his mind. He wants to make sure, but that might be an opening now for his teammates to get away and not get found because he doesn't have any clear line of sight. He needs to find someone. He gave up that shot. He was thinking that maybe, the hunter was thinking that maybe someone took a direct line of sight, and he misses a dash. Hopefully that's not going to cost him. Could he kite to the other side of the map right here? Could this guy make it all the way? Ooh, but he has to waste his broken windows. Oh, but he already wasted it. He didn't have it. Going to flip back. He's not even going to allow this gate to be worked on. But this is a dicey situation. This is a dicey situation. He knows Airplanist must have came from this direction. So he's going to chase in this area, and he is going to thankfully find him. Going to hold off on this pallet, baiting that he breaks it, and then the Airplanist vaults right into his arms. Could he still pull off a 4-man here? I mean, this is just a great showing from GG Yum right here. It's so interesting because there were a lot of mistakes with the dashes here, but the fact that he was still able to pull off a 3-kill right here is just great, especially against these survivors. So Wolves have been known to be very good at surviving recently. Wolves Lemon does get the dungeon escape there, but too little too late. 3 of his teammates are already dead, and that's going to be a very good start for GG's Hunter right there. Very great first game as Opera Singer. Such a difficult Hunter to take down, to kite well against. Airplanist did such a great job there, but it was in vain, unfortunately, because he ended up going down so quickly. There was just not enough time to get that gate going before the teleport happened on the exit gate. So very unfortunate there, but GG Yum right there. As often as those missed dashes happen, made sure to take advantage of the one key critical moment, which was right after the last cipher pops. Making sure you take down that first target, that target that you're chasing after the gate pops as quickly as possible so that you can then stop the gates with the teleport is very important. And right there, he just had a chair in a very optimal position. He had his chair on the edge of the map, away from both exit gates. I mean, you can't ask for better, honestly. You honestly cannot ask for better as the Airplanist, because it means that now that you died far from the exit gates. But that is like a double-edged sword, because even though the Airplanist couldn't ask for better, dying away from the exit gates, the Opera also couldn't ask for better, because if she has teleport, then that means that now no matter how far you are from the gate, she's gonna reach it. So now all that happens is now the Airplanist is just very annoying to rescue, because there's no one to just rescue him immediately right next to the exit gate and get potentially like a rescue off with the an escape off. With the guy on chair. They have that tie potential, and because he was just so far away, not just from the exit gate, but also from the Gravekeeper, so then Gravekeeper couldn't get easily rescued. Maybe something can be said there for playing a little bit safer on the Gravekeeper's end, but it's kind of like a 50-50, right? It's anyone's guess as to what that Opera is going to do. She could have just sat there. She could have just kept running around, checking the perimeter around her for tinnitus before she goes and teleports. And if that happens, then Gravekeeper's going to beat himself up for not decoding that gate. Because then, with tinnitus, of course he's not going to teleport away, most likely, right? And then that chair is going to slowly tick down. When that chair is almost down, then he teleports before that gate opens. And it's just not going to lead to a good situation. So, yeah. Looking at the kite times though, the Enchantress did such a good job. She really did a great job using that triple stack as well, stalling out a long time. Missing those dashes definitely helped, for the Enchantress, especially when she had Blink up already, and then she missed a dash in the most critical moment. Not able to get that knockdown right there. Not able to get that knockdown with the Blink as quickly. Was the difference between like 15 seconds right there? Well, more like 10 seconds, honestly. She did end up saving the Blink in the end, but I don't think that's worth like 10 seconds. I mean, it almost helped on the rescue, and it did lead to a double down. So maybe there is something to be said about saving the Blink. But now we're gonna see GG up in the lead. Can Wolves match this? Can Wolves match this? I'm very interested to find out if Wolves can match this. Let's turn the music back on. And I'm very curious to see if Wolves can match this on their Hunter side. They kind of have to, because if they do not, and they let the opposing faction get away with another win here, it's going to be very hard to catch up in round 3. They kind of need to even it up. If they don't even it up, at some point, maybe not right now, it's fine not doing it immediately, but in the future, gotta make sure to get at least one win here for their team. Right here we see some fan support for GG. She's super chill about it. She's super chill about it. Do we see any cosplays? Oh, yo, there's like a weird cosplay in the back. Don't know which skin that is. Don't think that's an I-95 skin. But interesting stuff. It's a lot more. Oh, PP Xiao right here is playing. PP Xiao or 11? Oh no, PP Xiao right here got swapped, and he's going to play for 11. Or 11 is going to play for PP Xiao right here. He is the team's rescuer. So if I'm not mistaken, was PP Xiao rescuing earlier? Can't remember anymore. But now GG's 11 is going to come in. Mains Mercenary, mains First Officer. Probably just these are his mains. I don't think he actually enjoys playing Mercenary First Officer. Do you think there's a single person, guys, out here who actually plays Rescuer for fun? Don't think so. Don't think so. I don't think there's a single person who's playing it for fun. So, I mean, it's his mains though. It's his mains, but we see a lot of like troll stuff, like, or we see survivors that are picking like hunters because they enjoy playing hunter every once in a while, right? We see some fan support for Wolves, and let's see here. Right here, we're seeing. Can't remember off the top of my head. Is this Wolves? I think this is the Wolves because Wolves have blue color, and this is the blue lights below the desk. By the way, super sick desk. By the way, like, bro, who makes these? Like, this is like made just for the stadium. Think about it. It's crazy. They got to be making these like weirdly shaped desks. Like, who is this for? Like, who do you think is like making these and thinking to their head, like, man, who am I making this for? The council, the government council of China, bro? Like, why do I need exactly 5 seats? And then that desk for one guy is absolutely ginormous, dude. I need me a desk like that, though. I'd love that. That'd be such a sick setup to have an i95 desk with you. That's your YouTube setup, bro. Give me one. Now that I think about it, yo, look at that. Maybe it's not as big if you're actually sitting down. But I mean, I've seen their camera. They got a lot of desk space down there. Right here, we're going to be seeing Mercenary and Searban. And in response, we're going to see Wowling. Don't sleep on the Wowling, guys. Wowling is a really cool survivor here, especially on harassing. I hope we get to see some harassing, but if we see Opera Singer, that's probably not going to be very likely. Not a very good hunter to harass against on balloons. We're going to see Meteorologist here, ban. Meteorologist is such a great survivor. Might be an Opera Singer pick. Look at this. GG's going to also ban QS. No one is banning Goman. Matador is going to be very good against Goman, though. Wilding is going to be very good against Goman. And so is Antiquarian to a certain extent. If you can disable his weapon, then you could take down an entire cage with essentially 1 stick, and you still got 5 more stick uses to go. Pharaoh Lady is going to be the last pick, and we're going to see Explorer. Explorer is the best survivor. Where's Explorer Kerr right now when you need him in the chat? What's broken windows and flywheel? No way someone's asking that. Surely you've played i95 before. Broken windows gives you a 50% speed buff after you vault a window, or if you vault a pallet. If you've ever played Dead by Daylight, there's like something like that in Dead by Daylight, but that one is like mixed together with broken windows, with pallets and windows in one boost. In i95, you have 2 separate boosts, and they're both 40-second cooldown. Flywheel is like dead hard. So if you ever watch Dead by Daylight, dead hard is what Flywheel is. And the difference is that you don't have to mend yourself after you got hit in dead hard like you do in Dead by Daylight. It's just free invulnerability as a survivor. So right here, we are going to see Explorer. Explorer, interesting survivor. Nowadays, they've made him very consistent. His pages consistently spawn 70 meters away from you at the start of the game. The question is, can you communicate with your team to actually not kite on top of those pages? That's the tricky thing about Explorers, is that people kite on your pages. You can't even take over the decoder aspect of your character. But we'll see here. As long as they have good communication, they can take advantage of it. And looks like we're going to see a peddler here. For those also not familiar, Explorer can hide inside of the snow piles and hide his character completely, make yourself completely invincible. So the only way to know that you're there as a hunter is by swinging. And there's quite a bit of snow piles to check on the map, so it's not going to be the most consistent strategy. Granted, Hunter's Instinct is a trait that gives you faster movement speed as long as you're not looking at the survivor. So if that suddenly disappears when the hunter sees no survivors on their screen, they have a feeling that they just see the Explorer, and now they have a rough idea that Explorer is somewhere nearby. But yeah, we're going to see the Peddler here. Maybe they were thinking of like an Opera Singer here. This is like a great team setup, not just against Goman, but also against Opera Singer. Could have been a lot more scary if it was something like Shadow, come to think of it. This could have been a more scary team comp if we saw Shadow, but maybe Wolves Hunter just doesn't play Shadow. Maybe he just doesn't play Shadow. And so they're confident in that, and they just go Explorer. I love seeing Explorer, dude. I hope we get to see Explorer hide a little bit this match. Interesting that we're going to see Explorer spawn middle. Is this on purpose to manipulate where the page can spawn? Because if you spawn Explorer like on the edges of the map, then no matter where you spawn in your game, the page, fun fact, this was a buff added to Explorer a long time ago. The page always spawns exactly 70 meters away from you now. So by spawning Explorer middle, are they hoping that they get the page somewhere on the edge of the map so it's harder to find? Because you rather have a page on the edges of the map than in the middle of the map. And so I have a feeling that's what they're going for. Maybe there's like an art to Explorer. Like you can study where it's going to show up. Right here, not even taking borrowed time on the Explorer. A little bit risky because Explorer could definitely be a teleport target later on this match on top of a Cypher machine. He needs to pop it before the the first survivor dies. So he needs to be a little bit careful there, because if you get teleported on, you can totally end up going down. And so you kind of need that borrowed time in a way still on Explorer. So hopefully that's not going to bite them in the butt. He is running Tide Turner though. And if you're never going to get chased, in theory, you shouldn't need kiting. You shouldn't need fly. You shouldn't need broken windows in theory. I suppose they have it just in case, right? He has it just in case if you're looking at his build. But anyway, going right into the second half of round 2. Wolves Hunter needs to get a 3-man here to even up the score. Now, right now, it can be round 3, but he needs to do something, at least a draw here, so that his team doesn't fall further behind. And looks like he's chasing someone here. Don't know who he was chasing right here. Oh, he's chasing the Explorer. That's not good. So Explorer immediately got seen right here, and now he's going to immediately get chased right here as well. Now he does get that nice speed up at the start of the game. The Hunter doesn't... Oh, they do have a Vine available. Is the Explorer going to take the risk? He does take the risk and just go up, but he calculated it. He's aware that he can still make it, but now he's in a dangerous spot because he's using a window that's just very easy for a Peddler to go around. Now he has a spot of green in front of him. There's nowhere to go. Wow, a great use of the Peddler Vine. You don't usually see that being used. Ooh, that Earthquake wasn't as good, but still very good there. Just cornering him in this area next to a window that she's going to easily... Well, she didn't end up going around because it disappeared, but still, this is a pretty good set of very smart, clever use of the abilities. But still, Matador here, being annoying as he always is in every single situation, even if you're not chasing him. Gonna go for the Earthquake Wall plus Vine combo. Peddler, knowing he's not gonna be able to get him with the Vine, just decides to go for the... Just Vine against the wall, and Explorer read him like a book right there. Read him like a complete book. Did not walk into the Earthquake, and that's going to stall out quite a bit of time. This is not looking like a win so far. Not with that Cypher getting popped and the other ones being 81%. The only thing that's good here is that the Peddler's chasing someone with Tide Turner. So the Tide Turner will go to waste. That being said, GG has 2 more Tide Turners prepared for them. Is the new meta to have triple Tide Turners and Sui? Or maybe your Rescuer can just not still run borrowed time. So I see flywheel here. No flywheel on the wildling here because it's just so critical for your rescuer to be able to survive in the end game. Right here, we're just going to see a regular rescue. Ooh, he was predicting that the explorer goes to the side, but the explorer did not go for it. Just going to have to use the blink here. That still costs resources on the hunter's end. That's going to make it a lot harder. Ooh, and we're going to see wildling support here. We're going to see the wildling support here. Peddler can't do that much against wildling except go for the green space. I think, oh no. Great positioning right here from the peddler going on the other side of the vine. For those that don't know, if you stand in the center of the vine, wildling can still push you before he gets stuck in the vine. So that's why he purposely went on like more on the other side. Good thinking there from Onks right there, and good thinking from 11. I appreciate the love for wildling support. Do not underestimate it. Very good stuff. Maybe we'll see it right here after Titan runs out. But he has to survive. The thing is, the explorer has to survive for more than 20 seconds here. And I don't think that's going to happen right here. Now with that vine, that's going to be a very well-played vine right here. Just making sure he doesn't miss is all. And just going to secure this down. He is going to try to block up the Cypher. Ooh, that was close. That's the 97% Cypher. Now we might see Antiquarian try to harass Stone. If Antiquarian can harass, then maybe Wildling can go in next. Ooh, but the Antiquarian misses. That's going to be a hit. No, but the flywheel prevents the hit. That was crucial there, flywheeling. Otherwise, that was going to be a hit with the gems attack. Gems attack is a huge range. But look at this. The Cyphers are already popping. He needs to desperately stop it, but he's not going to make it. Does he know, guys? Does he know? He does not know. The Cypher's going to pop in his face. And just like that, T-King going to get the Cypher done. He does have borrowed time, so there's no hope of just knocking him down and not worrying about borrowed time. He just has it already. Hunter doesn't have announcement right here, so I don't think... Or maybe he does have announcement. Ooh! Does not hit the Matador cancel. So for those that don't know, Matador's ability works like a flywheel. And if you flywheel the vine, for those that don't know, if you flywheel the vine, it makes it so you don't get stunned by the vine, which is really nice. And the Matador ability works the exact same way. But right here, gonna lead to a knockdown. He could actually stop this. This is... Ooh, this could be a troubled situation for the survivors. Antiquarian gonna miss all her sticks. She only hit one of them and wastes the other 5 seconds, missing the other 2. Gonna go down here. And this is... Ooh, this is a scary situation as the survivors... I mean, at least they got the rescue in a very timely manner. T-King, I believe, is just gonna do the gate right here. Force the hunter to make a choice. Do you go for the gate or do you go out in the middle of the wilderness, hoping that you find something in the great outdoors, trying to find 11, which is not great to be honest because he's a wildling. So it's not even guaranteed that you easily knock him down, especially with the mobility from the pig. Gonna make it a little bit harder to hit him with that vine. Looks like the Peddler's just gonna play it safe here. Guarantee themselves that kill on the chair. Just using their vine to, I guess, get a visual. But right here, Wildling is going to escape. And that is going to be a tie for Wolves. Not quite what he wanted, because now his team is still behind, but they can still bring a comeback in round 3. They can still mount a comeback. Either Wolves Survivors or the Wolves Hunter can still get a 3-man kill or a 3-man escape later on in this game. So we'll see how that goes for either side. In the meantime, very interesting. It's so interesting because we don't really see Peddler as often as we see Queen Bee. I will say, Peddler is definitely a lot more bulky to play, a lot more awkward to play, because you always have to use an ability to get the ability you want, and then when you're doing it, the survivor already sees what's going on and then starts playing around that ability. It makes Peddler a very awkward hunter to play because of that, so that unless you're already like making the wall, the hole in the wall right next to them, you're not going to be able to get immediate value most of the time from like the Earthquake or the Vine. Or if you ever, the Vine is honestly the best thing you can do for immediate value, but there's a lot of ways to go around the corners and block the Vine, and so the Vine can be a very awkward ability to use as well. It's a little bit funny because we saw a lot of Peddler in the earlier days of IVL, and now Peddler has slowly like fallen off even after Peddler's buff, which, to be honest, let's be real here, it was a very minor buff. Buffing the cooldowns by just a mere second is not a grand deal. They did make it so they can swap to the Vine and Earthquake in more animations that you couldn't before, but you still can't do it in the Vine, which is kind of annoying because it means it's harder to swap to the Earthquake. It's a skill issue technically, but it would make it more convenient. Anyway, GG. Going to secure a tie here against Wolves. Wolves needed to get a win here. Now, as a result, they're going to be 2 points behind. GG. GG's going to be up 2 points. The score is now 9-7 So that is not going to be great. It's not going to be great for Wolves. It's not the end of the world, though. Could be worse. They could be down 5 points, and then that means they need like either a double win or a 4-man escape. And honestly, a double win still wouldn't be enough because a double win only gives 4 points if that were the case. So this could be a lot worse. This could be a lot worse. This is just 1 win away from Wolves taking the lead back here. So we'll see how things play out. In the meantime, they are going to have to pick their maps one more time. And we might even see this game go into a game 4 if we see the matches get tied up here. So right here, GG to Wolves, 9-7. That is the difference of 1 win right there. If you can see right there in the first half of game 2, there was a victory from the Hunter side. Hunter got 3 kills right there. Survivors only got 1 escape on Wolves side. And Wolves in response, their Hunter was only able to get 2 kills. So that's not going to be enough to bring the score back. And so in the meantime, they're just going to have to try to get this comeback mounted in round 3. So let's see if they're going to be able to do that. Oh, why do you call it Sui? Why do you call it Sui? So technically, Sui is short for offing yourself. I can't really say the word on YouTube. I guess we're not really monetized on this stream anyway, but I still don't want to say because it's a touchy thing. Basically, offing yourself. It's supposed to be another way of saying the survivors aren't trying to live, is another way to put it. And borrowed time is a great way to live in the end game. Like, you knock yourself down with a Hunter hitting you, of course, I mean. And then in the end, you just pick yourself back up with borrowed time. And it's said that when you don't run borrowed time, by the way, great vine right here from Axel, completely blocking off his path. Explorer still kited a little bit after that, though, so it wasn't even that short of a kite. Even after that really good play. Right here, stopping the wilding with the green space. I always like to call it the green space because the vine is, of course, the vine, and then the green space you get the vine is a green space. Very simple to understand. Right here, you're going to mess up the vine right here. Honestly, there was a really good shot right there at a win potential right there, but unfortunately, the Stars still managed to escape because they had wilding in the perfect place at the right time, ready to immediately rescue right there. So we'll see how things go. So anyway, why is it called Sui? Because the survivor has no, cannot survive basically. They're basically using themselves as like bait for the Hunter. Your goal as a survivor without borrowed time is to be the first chase. You rather be the first chase because you're anyway not going to borrow time for late game. So if you end up getting chased after, that's when the Sui aspect comes in, is that you don't have any way to survive in game. And also early game, it's called Sui early game, is that no matter what, it's Sui. And it's basically the survivor killing themselves. And we call it that because the survivor's basically like being bait. They want to be first chase because they have all the kiting abilities ready against the Hunter. And so they're just using themselves as bait to stall out as long as possible, basically. It's just so their other teammates can escape and get away and get a tie, right? They're not trying to go for a win here. They're not trying to do a 3-cypher Kai and hoping to escape and get 3 ciphers done, and then you have borrowed time ready to keep yourself alive. No, they're not going for that. They're going for full Kai, hoping that the Hunter chases them and just being bait. And that's kind of the idea of why it's called Sui. Anyway, Wolves right here, going to be banning Chinatown right here. That's what the icon means over the lock symbol. That means that they banned it. And GG in response is going to pick Red Church. The other 2 maps, Leo's Memory and Ever Sleeping Town, have already been selected. So those are just cannot be selected again. We don't see a lot of Red Church. I'm curious if we will see QS bans here from both sides again. QS is a very strong Hunter on Red Church. With all those ciphers stuck together, it's going to give a lot of value for QS. So QS, if anything, is almost like a must ban here for you as the survivor team. Especially if they were banning it before. Like, why not just ban it again? It's an even better map for QS. Did Psyche get a new haircut? I did get a haircut, but the look I had before was like the look that my barber gave me, and I decided I didn't really like it, and so I just ended up styling my hair my own way. I did take a nap, so my hair is very messy. So it was really nice in the afternoon. I was getting a lot of compliments at work, but it's a little messy again, so I'll have to fix it when I get up again in the morning. In the meantime, though, we're going to be waiting for teams to select their characters, to select the bans. Psyche, I gotta ask, did you ask for the Schmitty cut? I swear you had it last rank stream. I did not, but that was my barber's idea, is to try to make it curly. I see the vision though. I see the vision. It gave me some inspiration that like I could grow out my hair and maybe make it a little bit more wavy. I was thinking about it. I tried to do that today, but it was just too short. It's just too short, so I just went back and I just added volume to my hair. And I mean, I love my old hairstyle, bro. Like that volume, having the hair just stick up. Like, bro, models, bro, you see male models, they all got volume to their hair. You don't see flat broccoli hair. That's for like the guys who can't pull off the standing up hair. Like, not every guy's hair is gonna be thick. Not every guy's hair is gonna have the strength in their roots to stand up. I remember when I first started putting my hair up, and then over time it just kind of does it on its own. I don't need to put product. It's kind of funny because my barber told me, oh, this haircut I'm giving you is actually more relaxed than your old haircut. But guys, I beg to differ, because that old haircut, I didn't put in work most of those days and my hair still stood up. It's just over time, I think my hair just got used to it. You can really shape it. You can really shape it to my own whim. I can shape it to my own whim. You guys are not gonna be doing anything unless you're my hairstylist. But yeah, there's a lot I can do with my hair. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too short. He cut it the way it is because he wanted to try out his thing. I said, okay, whatever, let's try it, right? But I'm not a big fan of the flat hair, right? If I can do thick hair, why not, bro? All the male models, this is what looks good, right? That's what I think looks good, at least, even if I don't look at what's popular, right? Technically, what's popular is you see more of this flat hairstyle, right? No one is really having hair that's standing up, but at the end of the day, everyone's got like thick hairs. All the guys like right here, you can see right here, all the guys right here, to be fair, it's China culture, which is different than American, but like you look at this, they all got, you can see they all got volume to their hair. They don't have that flat broccoli hair, which I was really not a fan of. And it's so funny because I came into work with that broccoli hair and I had like some people say I got grilled. I had one coworker that like I joke around with. He said I got grilled. He said my barber grilled me. What did they do to me? All right. And then I had another person tell me, oh, it looks good on you, right? It looks good on you, Psyche. She didn't call me Psyche. It looks good on you, Psyche, right? And then another person told me, oh no, I prefer the old one, right? And another person told me, oh, it looks good, right? So I'm like 50-50, like some people like it. They told me it's not bad, right? They tell me it's not bad. But it's funny because I come in with my hairstyle I make today, and then the guy who told me I got grilled looks at me and is like, holy, did you get another haircut? Bro, who did your hair? I'm like, oh, I did it. He's like, what did you do to it? It's amazing. So it's like, it's hard to get like an estimate on like what's a good haircut, because some people like the old one, right? But then what's funny is one of the people who said he liked my new haircut, he said it's good. He saw my new my haircut I have today, which again, not accurate because I got messed up from me taking a nap. But he saw it. And I asked him, hey, do you think the new one is better or the old one? When I had the broccoli haircut, I asked him, do you think the broccoli hair is better? Do you like my old one? He said, oh, I think the broccoli hair is better. I come in with my haircut today because I got rid of the broccoli hair and I actually styled my hair for once. And he's like, oh my goodness, this is better. I'm like, but you said the old one, you said the one the barber gave me was better. He's like, no, I changed my mind. It was new, right? And I'm like, you know what? At least I got one guy here who's honest, and he tells me I'm grilled. We got that at least. Someone here is asking, didn't Koa just end? Also, welcome Tofu Dolly. Didn't Koa just end? I thought IVL was before Koa. Yes, it is before Koa, and it's also after Koa. It's a seasonal thing. It comes by every season. We got summer, fall, winter. I don't know if we have a spring. Anyway, I just assume we have one every season. But right now we're doing summer. Right? And this was like Miki's idea. Miki was telling me, hey, Psyche, you should be doing Identity 5 commentary on your channel. Why not? And I want to do this. Hopefully we can eventually get a following here to do this, because right now it is pretty late, so it's kind of hard to get a following this late at night. But we'll see here. You never know. Gotta commit to the YouTube guides and get more people on the channel, because we are getting some new people here. Anyway, we're gonna be seeing Mercenary, Lanternist bands as the first two. In response, Doctor Forward. So Doctor is a very strong survivor, of course, and Forward is also good survivor at harassing. Interestingly enough, they're going to be banning Opera Singer, and they're also gonna ban Qist as expected. I'm gonna leave the Go Man up. I wonder if they're still going to go Goman. This is not, just these first 3 survivors are not good for Goman. Puppeteer is one of the worst. Doctor is one of the worst. Goman's recovery is so long that honestly you could heal almost in Goman's face, even without any bottles. It's not that good. It's not that good for you as a Goman to be going into this team comp right here. I don't think he's going to be going Goman here. He does ban Seer. Man, it's kind of crazy how Seer to this day is still such a popular ban, even after all his years. He came out, guys, he came out like the first year of the game released, and he's still being used. And Lucky Guy, to just tie it all up, put a nice wrap on the present here, making sure that no matter what the hunter picks, he'll be able to pick a good ability. If he picks Goman, the Lucky Guy can pick Perfume. If he picks something like, what else could he go here? Maybe Shadow. Right, then he could pick the First Officer Watch, is going to be very good here. Lucky Guy also has the versatility of picking up the robot here and leaving his Cypher early and start heading to his next one, which definitely significantly improves Cypher Rush. The fact that you're able to just drop a robot on the Cypher and just already start making your way to your next Cypher. That way, while you're walking to your next Cypher, bot is still decoding your Cypher. And that's the idea here. That's the strategy. Even though Lucky Guy only has 35% bot nowadays, that's the idea, is that you do a little bit and then bot can finish the rest of it. Or you can put bot on the gate as well. But I have a feeling they're going to be using it for the decode, the Cypher Rush. Even with the 16% debuff, the bot still does so good. Could you believe it if I told you guys bot used to have 25% faster decoding? Man, those were some crazy days. Those were some crazy days. No way! And we're actually gonna see a feature? It was for real! It was for real! He was actually one of his main characters was actually Feaster in the end. I don't know about this. I mean, I love to see these off-meta hunters, but I need to be honest with you guys. I don't think this is gonna work out that well. Feaster's a very mediocre hunter. He has a lot of issues. It's very awkward to select tentacles for starters, and that's just like a user. That's not even like a user issue half the time. The game just has a hard time selecting tentacles. Every time you create a tentacle, the thing about it is, to explain for those of you who are not in high tier, why is Feaster not a good hunter even though he's so popular in low tier, is because Feaster has a lot of animations that prevent him from using his abilities. When he creates a tentacle, there's a second he can't use the tentacle. So if he misplaces the tentacle, he can just outrun it. You don't have to like worry about it. Just like walk away from it before he can even use it. Even if he puts it on top of you, the tentacle has a blind spot, so there's like a second where you can get in position and start circling the tentacle. And if you're circling the tentacle and you're taking the tentacle very tight, that tight tentacle, you're able to actually dodge the hit. There's a lot of weird kinky things you can do with Feaster. I should stop talking. A lot of weird kinks that you can do to counter Feaster. Oh god, bro. What has this stream become? But yeah, a lot of interesting things you can do to counter Feaster. It's very satisfying to kite him as a survivor once you know what you're doing, but very frustrating to play as the hunter. Look at that, Feaster blue eyes. Those of you wondering, why does this Feaster have blue eyes? That's because in the Chinese version of the game, having the color red is like a bad thing, especially blood. So they replaced the color red and gave Feaster blue eyes because it has to do something with government laws. Could you believe that? Anyway, guys, we're going to see Doctor here with the Doctor trait. That's what it's called. 25% faster healing is technically called Doctor. Doctor running Doctor, if that makes any sense. There's a persona trait called Doctor. That's a little bit confusing. And we are going to go right here into the next match right here. Round 3, first half. Forward support is going to be so good against Feaster too. Oh, God. Anytime he vaults the church window, that's just a free football stun. Yeah. So this is going to be very awkward. Wolves. Axel gonna be going in here with the Feaster. Definitely an exotic pick. Oh man, kinks, exotic tentacles. Ooh man, we got all sorts of innuendos going on here. Feaster gonna be going straight for middle here, trying to find someone. Look at all these survivors counter rotating him, bro. One of the biggest issues with Feaster is that it's very hard to find a target early on. Like, he is just getting rotated. He is still gaining tentacles from having tinnitus, though. Feaster, whenever you have tinnitus, you gain tentacle. Because if a survivor's a harpy, that's what gives you tentacles. For those who are curious, why does tentacles sometimes, show up? And how come sometimes you don't get any tentacles as Feaster? That's what it's based off. Of course, with 1,000 presents, you always get tentacles. Ooh, Lucky Guy running into the Feaster here a little bit. Okay. And the Patroller. Wow. Wow, and he's gonna try to outrun it? I don't know about that. There's nothing good to use. He didn't football to any powder window. That was a big waste of his football. I'm just gonna be honest right here. Big waste of his football. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna... Oh, okay, okay. But the thing is, how are you going to dodge the last bite? Yeah, all those resources into no hit in the first place. Maybe he's just doing it so he doesn't take a no recovery hit. But in my opinion, that was completely unnecessary because you could just stand at the pallet and even if he hits you with the tentacle, like I said, Feaster's animations of using the tentacle prevent him from instantly swinging. Do you see how Feaster kind of counters himself in a way? Man, look at that good value with the tentacle there. But the Lucky Guy football's pass, getting a little bit fortunate that the Feaster used it right there. And look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He makes a tentacle. The Lucky Guy takes the advantage, takes the chance to just run away from it before he can even use it. That's what I'm talking about. He used it as soon as he could. That Feaster used it as soon as he could. But Feaster right here, gonna place a very good tentacle, blocking off not just that pallet, but also the other one. Ooh, almost gets a sneaky hit with that charge attack, but Feaster, not gonna get it because forward wraps around the corner. And yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do here. He only has one tentacle, doesn't even get the hit off. Would have been nice to get it, but he doesn't. And it's going to be... Do we see another football stun here? He's not even paying attention to the forward. Nope, we don't. I mean, it's Feaster. You can play more aggressively on the balloon stunts. Now, Lucky Guy did die behind a wall, but no can do. Forward still hits it. Is he going to go for the hit on him? Ooh, and the Lucky Guy dodges, circling the tentacle really well. I mean, this is just such a classic... Ooh, and a beautiful stun right there. Desperate Fight is going to allow a hit, though. Desperate Fight plus Addiction means that the Lucky Guy gets slowed down there, and the forward is going to take a hit because of Desperate Fight. Now the forward is the chase target. Maybe played a little bit too aggressively there. Has to use a lot of football here just to get away from the tentacle. But I mean, it's fine. Because now how is the Feaster ever going to get a hit? This Patroller is low-key useless. That to the point that he has to switch to Blink. And he's going to get away. Look at that fast vault speed coming in clutch. Man, now I want to play forward. I mean, to be fair, it's Feaster. It's a lot easier. And the football. How many times is he going to get football past the tentacle here, guys? Ooh. And he is going to take the hit right there. But this is still a very good start for the Stars. 87% Cypher. Ooh, but they're not moving, though. The Cyphers are not moving. They just now started a Cypher again, but it's going very slow. Sluggish Cypher rush here. Now that the Lucky Guy stopped getting chased, things definitely slow down a little bit. And the flow of the match kind of turned now in the Hunter's favor a little bit more, but it's still not going to be quite enough. Ooh, is that going to be free rescue? No. Just forcing him to stay near the chair. But also, the Feaster's going to stop a little bit of Cypher decode. He's going to need every little bit of Cypher stopping that he can get. Puppeteer is not going to use his puppet here. Feaster swung away trying to bait it, and he actually ends up hitting him on mistake, and it actually works out because Puppeteer also thought he would swing away and not get hit. Forward, gonna take his tide turner. Very important here. He's not gonna YOLO kite. He's not gonna try to do a hero kite here with nothing but air. He's just gonna take this tide and run away. He's just going to take it and run away and make sure to die away from the Cyphers. Let's take a look at the Cyphers one more time here. 84%, 85, 86, and we also have an 87% Cypher waiting there. Waiting to be done by someone, but we need someone to go in for this rescue. It has to be the Doctor. Puppeteer is not going to be able to realistically make this safely. Doctor should be able to make this pretty reliably, and he also swapped away from Patroller. But she got caught out a little bit further away. This tentacle right here is blocking her path. She needs to go around it now. But a sneaky rescue came in, and that last Cypher is being worked on. Puppeteer at some point sneaking a rescue, even used the puppet to guarantee no tentacle hit. And now this is looking like a very bad situation. He also swapped to Blink, so there's no trump card teleport here. Whoever he's chasing right now, he's basically stuck to. I don't see any way that he's going to be able to bring this game back to a tie here. He could charge attack him. Oh. Nope. He didn't even go for the Pala. But he's just going to take a hit here, and there's not going to be a whole lot he can do. GGT King right here. Getting some, I think that was 60 seconds or maybe 120 seconds kite time right there. Didn't notice. And 11 right here finishing up the gate. T-King going down, and that's going to be it. There's no way Feaster's going to be able to travel across the map. He already used Trump Card. Trump Card is grayed out. He swapped to Blink earlier. They even have time for an extra heal, bro. You got to be kidding me. And Dungeon's right there, too, if they didn't have someone at the gate. Man. Feaster against forward. I mean, it's such a classic case of just, like, domination on the forward. And forward did his job. He didn't mess up. I mean, good work there at the end of the day. But, I mean, Feaster has a lot of weaknesses. It's so sad because they nerfed Feaster a long time ago, and then they gave him, like, a small buff to make up for it, but it just doesn't come out the same. It's a very weird hunter. I'd love to see Feaster become meta, but as long as Opera and all those other hunters are a thing, I mean, why would you ever go Feaster is a thing? I mean, It's his signature, right? How can he not? But that's the reality of Feaster, unfortunately. So we're gonna see a 3 escape from GG. I think that's it. I think it's over. I don't think there's any way that Wolves can bring this back. Wolves are gonna be, oh no, they still can. They still can. Okay, but it's not good. It's not good. I'm gonna give you guys the point score here in total now. GG is up 4 points. Do you know what that means? That means that Wolves now has to get a 4 escape and not a 4 kill, because Wolves Hunter already wins. Wolves Hunter already played. Wolves Hunters, the Hunter side, is the best side to get a 5-point lead for your team. But as a Survivor team, they already had their Hunter go. So now Wolves Survivors have to go. The only way that they can win this match is if they get a 4-man escape here. So this is what it comes down to. They are down 4 points. Either they lose or they win. There is no tying this match anymore. There's no evening things up and going into a round 4 anymore. Because if they only get 3 people escape, they'll be down 2 points. If they get a 4 escape here, they'll be up 1 point, and they're going to actually end up winning. So if we take a look at the score total here, we have GG up 4 points, as I said. I'm getting better at it. The more I commentate, the more I remember how to do the mental math in my head. But yeah, you can see right here, 12 to 8. So if Wolves gets a 4 escape here, they're going to be 13 to 12, and then they'll win. But if they get 3 escape, they'll be, well, GG will get 1 point because they kill one guy. So the GG score goes from 12 to 13. That's how you do the math. And then Wolves go from 8 to 11. So then the score becomes 13-11. That's still 2 points short. That's not going to be enough for Wolves to win the match. They need a 4. They need a 4 escape here. And I'm going to need to clean up a water spill. Oh, I should have closed that water bottle, dude. Oh, God, bro. Oh, God. I'll be right back. Bro, come on! Not during stream. So, apparently my desk has a thing. My desk has a thing for if I keep bouncing my leg up and down, eventually the water bottle slowly goes to the edge of the desk away from me, and I didn't notice it, and I left the cap unscrewed. I noticed it earlier. I noticed that it was slowly going away from me. It was on the edge of the table, about to fall off, and then I grabbed it and I put it closer to me. And now I didn't notice, and now I just wasted like half my water bottle, damn. Anyway, let's take a look at the... Man, are we already going to bans? This looks like the camera setting in for bans. Okay, no, we're not. Okay, I can keep reading. What's good, everyone? Welcome, Ghostly Luck. You've probably already gone by now. IGL and IVL are during the summer. Yep. Well, at least the summer version. IBC as well. Ellie needs to get back in the comp scene. Yeah, I'm taking over. I'm taking over. I gotta start taking over everything, bro. Because everyone is like... angry about AI in Identity 5, like, bro, I'm just gonna take over all your viewers now. No, like, bro, thank you, I'm gonna take it over. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, so I want to do tier lists. No one is doing tier list, which now opens me up to do tier lists. I want to do tier lists, and it's also fun to do tier lists. Granted, it kind of takes a long time, but it's fun to do tier lists, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to make tier lists here. I want to make more guides. I had a lot of fun making that guide, and also when I make guides, I become better at the game, which I kind of need to make more guides. It forces me to get better, because think about it. For me to record gameplay to make those guides, I need to get good examples to show, right? That means I have to get good. I got to get good to show something. Anyway, Seer Doctor ban. By the way, crazy that Seer to this day is still being banned. I'll say it every time. I will say it every time, bro. Oh man, I'm so behind on the chat. Mechanic here. Wow, so they're just going to... they're going for the Cypher Rush, but Mechanic's kind of hard to do a good Kai with is the thing. I guess as long as... but they need to get a 3 Cypher Kai. At least. Also, banning Shadow to just guarantee that there's no easy way of getting damage in. I mean... Ooh, but Goman is totally on the table still. Goman is totally on the table here. I mean, this is technically... I could see Goman here. Goman could still be a good pick here. I don't think there's anything wrong with going Goman right here. Is there anything else that's simpler? I mean, Dream Witch would, I would argue, be easier to get 1 kill with. Yum needs to kill 1 person here to guarantee the victory for GG. That's his win condition. Wolves, on the other hand, need to get 4 people out. They cannot let a single person die. Right here, we have something in Chinese, probably like an overall decode chase support chart that I cannot read. Yeah, that's probably what that is in the middle. That keeps showing up right there. Dude, I've been thinking about studying Mandarin, but man, is it really worth it? I really want to master Spanish first before I move on to a new language. I can't be picking up 2 languages at the same time. Bro, I gotta go work for like Valeris, dude. I gotta practice my Spanish for like actual customers. Escapologist though, interesting. Interesting escapologist? Why? Why not go something like Mercenary? What are they scared of? They're scared of Goman, right. I was saying it earlier, right? As soon as I said, what are they scared of? I remembered Mercenary is one of the worst survivors against Goman. And he does go Goman. Now, is it the world's best Goman team? No, but it's also not the worst for him. He could definitely chase the Mechanic. Archer's chaseable. Escapologist is chaseable too. Professor can be a little bit scary, but it's just 1 scale, right? It's just 1 scale, and then the cooldown is going to be very long. So it's not the end of the day. Anyway, we have some time to read the chat while the survivors are picking their persona builds. Finally, we see a Goman. I'm very excited to see Goman. Mostly because we haven't seen, you know, when you miss something, when you haven't had something in a while, you realize how much you miss it, bro. JK, I don't miss Goman. Screw Goman, bro. I'd much rather see that Queen Bee. I love seeing that Queen Bee. At least for now. I'm enjoying the Queen Bee so far. It's been a lot of fun watching them hit these snipes. Very typical spawn here from the Goman right here. Going to block off the bottom left of the map. That's going to be very important. It means that the bot doesn't really have a Cypher to immediately work on. Mech is going to have to walk quite a bit just to give bot Cypher and then to give herself a Cypher. I suppose 2 Cyphers are guaranteed to spawn on the left side of the map, but if one of them is like the corner Cypher, like one of them is always going to be blocked is the thing. So she's kind of hoping 3 Cyphers spawn in that case. And there's nothing saying that the Goman can't just walk through Shack to chase Mech. She can totally do that. I hope that whoever spawned below the Goman is ready to communicate that they're not getting chased. That's going to be very valuable information for the Mechanic. Let's take a look here at the build. Claustrophobia, trying to guarantee right here that no one escapes. Or not no one, but no, not 4 people escape. Let's take a look here. We don't have everyone borrowed time. Professor here doesn't have borrowed time. Interesting. I guess at the end of the day, you do have to play around Goman. And Goman, there are some things you must still play around. So we're going to be going into... This is going to be the last match right here. GG versus Wolves right here. There's not going to be anything after this. They must win or they must lose. Do or die situation here. Someone's taking away a win right here. This match will be the deciding factor. Mech Robot immediately going straight for a Cypher Machine. Using the Mech, I suppose, as the bait in case he ever goes through Shack. Right here, going to be chasing the Archer first. He is going to try to block her off from the pallets, but the Archer's doing a good job like predicting him dropping a cage, but the Goman is more patient. He's very patient. Going to go for a very, very safe double cage. That costs 60 energy, by the way, or technically 59. But it is a very safe way to guarantee the hit. Now he's going to need, right here, 1 more cage to knock her down. Hits the wall right there, unfortunately, so he doesn't even get the damage on her to help speed up his chance at full presence here. We're going to see Escapologist commit his ability here. Now, as great as it's going to be early on, it's going to be, wow, look at this placement. Hold up, I could learn something from this. This placement is genuinely so annoying because you can't really look over the wall here. Man, that blink You don't usually see blink on Goman, but this blink is going to mean that even if the survivor uses their ability, he can still knock them down. Gomans typically don't run blink because their cage is such a powerful ability that they rather have like abnormal or peepers to slow them down and make sure they don't like vault over stuff away from the Goman. But right here, we're going to see Escapologist commit a cloud. The cloud was very good, but in the end, she still had to use her bow, and then a blink came out. So, in the end, not a bad situation for Yum. All things considered, look at the Cypher decode. Not that good, to be honest. This is not looking like a 4-man escape right here. So, he is going to use his cloud right here. Oh, did he just hit the chair? He just hit the chair. He hit the chair. A huge mistake from Yum right there. Man, we're seeing a little bit of a couple mistakes here from Yum. First with the Opera, now with the Goman. But we also seen them do such a good job at making sure that they still get a win going. So, I mean, I have faith in Yum here. Yum can still bring this, but you have to be careful here. You don't have an infinite amount of cages, and at any point, someone can break your cage without you having idea that they're in the cage with you. So, you got to be very careful here with Goman. Look at this. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Professor here's not only ready to body block, but pressuring to destroy the cage. He has to address it. If he doesn't address it, then that cage is going down. I mean, if he drops the cage, though, he's going to get stunned. There's so many things going against him right now. Addiction, going to slow down the Archer. Make sure that she can't go anywhere very far. And right here, slowly but surely, clipping through each and every one of these pouts. But the chase is taking so long. And she's got a scale. So she can hit. She can take a hit right here. Man, what a good move from this Archer. The absolute patience. Professor's just going to immediately take down the cage too. Dude, the teamwork going on from Wolves right here. You got to put some respect on that teamwork name. That is very good stuff. Wolves Clover right here. It says something in Chinese that I can't read on the bottom left. And Tian going to go back on that rocket chair. I mean, where are we going to send them? Graveyard? All the pouts are already used here, besides that one. This is not looking amazing to rebound off of, but they could rely on body blocks. Keep in mind, Professor does not have borrowed time. He could be a potential chase target here. Now, the Goman is not in a super safe position. Man, how does this happen where the Hunters, like, have, like, ooh, no way. No way, no way, no way. He just messed up. He just kind of messed up. Do they pop here immediately? I think they wait on the borrowed time hit. Because she does have borrowed time. They're still not going to pop. They're not popping. They're not popping. Okay, they're waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting. I guess letting her position closer to the dungeon because they don't... Oh, giving time for the Escapologist to set up and then popping. Okay, but then who's going to do the gate now? So he cannot put the cage here very easily. Archer's going to run away here. And I think that's just going to be a blink. Yeah. That's just going to be a blink. That's the thing about blink, is that blink does guarantee a kill early game, and it does guarantee a kill late game. That's going to be wraps for Wolves, unfortunately, but that was still a very interesting showcase. Can he get one more kill here? It's not over yet. He knows that he's not going to make the gate. He's trying to find someone from far. That was just the robot giving to Nice. And yep, that is going to be it. That is going to be a victory for GG. Good work. GG securing that kill right there. Blink, not a thing you usually see on Goman, but securing that blink is just gonna be so nice early game, so nice end game. Sorry, moved too quickly. And right here, we're gonna see the players shake hands right here at the very end, congratulating each other. Hello guys, random surroundings, later lottery draw. Follow the host plus hello teacher. My name is Fei Shower. Bro, Google Translate is like a breed of its own. One click participation, guys. Let's see. Do we win the lottery? now that I can actually read it, bro. Free lottery? Count me in. They don't do this on YouTube. They make me watch ads on YouTube instead. Like, bro, I'm getting ripped off on YouTube. I'm getting free stuff on Bilibili, and where are the ads? Why am I not getting any ads on Bilibili? I guess maybe I don't know if I maybe set the setting like that. I don't know. Maybe live streams are different on Bilibili. Maybe they can't put ads on streams. I don't know. Anyway, Bilibili is such a beautiful thing, guys. Victory goes to GG. In the end, he does, the GG's Hunter, Yum, does end up getting one kill here. A little bit sloppy, but it's okay. Just needed that one man. Just needed that one kill, and that's all they need. So yeah, pretty clean stuff here. I'm going to end the commentary here, unfortunately, guys. I looked at the sun when it was by mistake, of course. Like there was like a window, and I happened to be looking in the perfect direction of the sun setting, right as I was looking in that direction, passing by a window. So my eye feels a little bit strained on the side. Hopefully, going to sleep makes it feel a little bit better. It's already it feels about the same actually. So I'm gonna go to sleep here. Hopefully, it goes away on its own. Hopefully, I don't need to see an eye doctor. But yeah. That is does not feel good. 129-second Kai. It was very good support from the professor right here, and also from the escapologist, who was pretty good. It was okay. It wasn't anything amazing, but it helps, you know. Let's read the chat a little bit. I'm still waiting for him to get a geisha and say geisha. I looked into the sun. Listen, it's awkward. You think your name is pretty tame? Alpha Creature is pretty tame. Yeah, that could be a real name. There's some oddball names on Billy. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the bad translation. Like, I wish I could read Chinese and better understand like what's going on here. Because like, why does every name sound like a poem? The title of a poem. You have the DM poster in your room? Ah, I see. You have the limited edition Halloween Scarecrow Thief plush? That you don't have the actual skin. Oh, that's so sad. I have SM Robbie merch and a bunch of... What is SM? I forgot what SM is. And a bunch of IDV blind boxes from when I went back to China. That's nice. They have I mean, 95 must be so much more popular there. It's kind of crazy. It would blow my mind. I know it's so popular over there in Asia, but it would still blow my mind to like just walk in and just see IDV merch. To see like IDV being relevant somewhere anywhere. But yeah, it was such a great game played by the forward here. I mean, I think the lucky guy could have played a little bit better here because he committed a flywheel, he committed a football. Like he didn't need to commit all that. He could have just stayed at the God Corner pallet and he could let himself get hit by the tentacle and just drop the tentacle. Drop the pallet in front of the feaster because he can't swing immediately. And then you still have your flywheel. You still have a good amount of football. Instead, he used like almost all his football and a flywheel just to still have a basic hit, which is basically the same as a tentacle hit. All you need to do is just make sure that you have a pallet in front of you so that when you get hit by the tentacle, you don't immediately die. Right? That's the key. And you can get away with that. Anyway, let's keep reading chat. Slowly catch up. Probably a VTuber cosplay with the dog, maybe. Yeah, I need a rocket chair, bro. The hunter needs a rocket chair. That'd be so cool, actually. That'd be so cool if they had their own rocket chair. I think that was the case before. Wouldn't it make more sense to give the survivors the rocket chairs? I mean, I guess the rocket chair is like the enemy for them, so it doesn't really make sense. Nerf Explorer, for real. Explorer's too powerful. Get an Edgar cut? Hell no. Super ugly. A lot of people watch playbacks of the live, I see. IVL and IGL have summer and fall editions. Winter and spring is reserved for Koba. Okay, oh yeah, that makes sense. You're right. Most in the West can't stay up for this sort of thing anyway, yeah. But there's always people. There's always people. You just gotta find them. He is Chinese server S1 Feaster. There's only so much a badge can do for you, though. At the end of the day, he is limited. Feaster's a very limited hunter. He's the reason they say Feaster has a high win rate, so they won't buff him. That'd be so sad, bro. That'd be so sad if he's the reason that Feaster won't get buffed. Is Feaster won from Weibo last week? I mean, I'm not saying Feaster can't win. But like right there, that team comp was awful. I'm sure maybe the team comp was better or the map was better. All those tall walls were not helping him though. They were definitely not helping. Interesting, because red is a lucky color in Chinese culture. I think it has to do with like video game violence. It's not supposed to be symbolic in video games, I don't think. Identity 5 League Summer. This is the forward who did really well against the Feaster. Good job. He's got like a little magnet out. Dude, that's so cool because you always see the hunter have the best deduction. So it's nice to see the survivor have best deduction for once. 77% something. 84 average kite time, I'm guessing. And those are probably on average one rescue. I don't know what the rest of those numbers are. He's gonna be the reason they buff Feaster after this match. Come on, pick a side. Buff Feaster, yeah, I'd love to see a buff for Feaster. But we didn't get a buff for Feaster, but we got one for Clerk. Like, come on. Clerk is technically better than Feaster, I would say. It depends on the team comp more for Clerk. Feaster is technically more lethal. He has more lethal ways of doing damage. But does he really when it's so easy to walk away from the tentacle? I don't really think so. You miss Feaster's unlimited tentacles? Did he ever have unlimited tentacles? You mean back when multiple survivor heartbeats gave him faster tentacle regeneration? I don't understand why they took that away. Feaster wasn't a strong hunter to begin with when they took that away. That was years ago. When he gained tentacles faster, the more people were in his terror radius. Man, I don't understand why they did that. That was such a cool mechanic too, because Feaster's like the one hunter based off of like terror in this game, right? And so what's the thing that evokes terror? The heartbeat. Right, so we finally had like a hunter that had a connection to the heartbeat, and then they took that away. And now we again don't have a hunter that has a connection to the heartbeat. We have survivors that have connections to the heartbeats, but that's just like limited, right? And technically Geisha has a limited heartbeat, but it doesn't involve her ability in any sort of way. Like, for those that don't know, when Geisha's in her happy form, I don't know what it's called, but I just call it a happy form. She actually has a smaller terror radius. She's the only hunter in the game right now who can do that. There used to be a persona ability that did that, and then they took it away. It was called Restraint, and they removed that. Man, Feaster with Geisha with Restraint back then was pretty scary, because you would get a heartbeat when the hunter was like pretty close to you. It was like essentially half your terror radius. And then could you imagine that with like Prisoner and Archer, dude? The hunter would be like 10 meters away from you before you get a heartbeat. Damn. Actually would make I-95 a horror game again. Oh, the block was just some character advancement? Oh, okay, I see. There are no ads on Bilibili? Seriously. Capitalism, guys. Look at what it's done to YouTube. Will you be streaming commentary for the next day? Unfortunately, no, because I do have to get up in the morning. On Sunday, so I'm not gonna be able to stay up for that. You should make a rocket chair. It doesn't look too difficult. Yeah, but the question is, would it stick together? Probably not. I enjoyed your stream. Glad that there is commentary for IDV. Yeah, I mean there is, but just not in English. Decoding 77%, chasing him for 84 seconds. Thank you to the Starry here for translating for us. TKing is like insane prospect player. We didn't see any, unfortunately. His name is even Magnet in Chinese? Oh, I see. See, okay, little fun fact. You cannot name yourself any Chinese symbols on these tournaments. You have to name yourself after, like, letters. So, I thought that was an interesting fact here. Especially, I learned that in Koa. Naming yourself, it has to be letters. That's why all these Chinese players, you don't see any Chinese names on here. Even though in rank, you see it all the time. At least in the Chinese server. And even in NAU, right? But you'll never see it in, outside of rank, because they make you have I don't know, Germanic characters, I guess that's what it's called, the English alphabet letters or anything similar to it. 77 decode, 1 rescue on average, 84.52 second kite time, 8,262 deduction, and 0 heals per game. Damn, rest in peace. No support on the heal. Walking form, it's called beauty form, I think. Yes, beauty form. Happy form. What's wrong with happy form? You see how happy she looks? I guess she's not that happy. She's kind of dead. It's called beauty form. Yeah, beauty form. And then there's piranha form, which I don't know how to pronounce. To this day, still don't know how to pronounce that. Kind of sounds like piranha. I remember that one because it's so unpronounceable for me. That one's memorable for me. Yeah. Jump scare like Dream Witch, yeah. Except Dream Witch nowadays still shows you when a hunter's close. Anyway, guys, I will leave the stream link in the description for those that want to keep watching the stream. Let me edit the description right now. Oops. You guys didn't see anything. Shoot, bro, I need a double monitor so bad. Like, I cannot have that be happening on my professional streams like that. Let me give you guys the live stream link. I'm supposed to like mimic like professional streams. That's the idea. Anyway, I updated the link in the description. If you guys want to keep watching, I'd be more than happy to let you watch in the description below. I left you guys the link so that you guys can find it for yourself. Personally, I don't know how to find it. I keep stealing the link from Miki. So we'll see here, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gonna go rest up because my eye does not feels a little bit sore. So I'll make sure to catch you guys next weekend. Unfortunately, I will not be streaming tomorrow because I cannot afford to stay up that late. But I do appreciate all you guys coming on over for these IVL commentary matches. And slowly but surely, maybe we'll get a following on here as well and have more and more people join us for these exciting matches. It's always so much fun seeing the plays here that the hunters and the survivors have to do. So, guys, that's gonna be all for today. Next matchup is gonna be TE TE versus Weibo Gaming. All you Prisca fans, you don't want to miss that. But also TE, one of the best teams out there right now, was runner-up in Call of Abyss in the most recent Call of Abyss, second place. I believe second place, right? At least was runner-up. I don't know if the runner-up for third place or first place, but anyway, very good team regardless. Thank you guys so much for watching. Join the Discord if you guys haven't already done so. I stream also every Tuesday, and I'm supposed to stream every Thursday. I'll try to stream Thursday as well, Thursday afternoon. But I stream every Tuesday, my rank sessions. You guys can see how I play and do Survivor competitive as well, because I'm also trying to play Survivor competitive and go to China one day. So if you guys want to, I'd love to see you guys there on my live streams every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday in the evening, America time zone evening from 20 to 22 EST time zone. And in the afternoon, I will stream Thursday from 1 to 3 EST time zone, or 13 to 15 EST time zone. Guys, that's going to be all for today. Thank you so much for joining along. Keep watching IVL on Bilibili. I left you the link in the description that no one reads. And thank you guys so much for joining. I will see you guys later. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, everybody. I will see you guys all later.